Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, and welcome to the stream. My name is Steampunk Fiend. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, and if not, welcome to the barcade. Let's hopefully change that, as we do something we don't do often here. We sit back, we relax, and, well, we reminisce. How you doing, Theo? Welcome in. It is good to see you. The problems I have of resetting my chat anytime I change a stream scene. You know what? Wouldn't be a stream out here if it wasn't scuffed, right? As is a trademark with any streamer. Scuff is the way things go. I'm good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Man, today's gonna be. You know what? I just realized we have our snow overlay on. Zone 16 is eating my booty. Pokemon ZA, huh? How tough is Zone 16? Oh, shoutouts to my little overlay there. Unintended side effects. You know what? I'll post this here too. Why not? Alrighty. Longest hunt thus far. What do you mean by hunt, out of curiosity? I am unfamiliar with this terminology. This is some really good jazz. I like this a lot. Welcome in, everybody, though. The vibes today are going to be considerably more subdued because, frankly, I don't have anything planned. Because I never do. Congratulations to me for 10 years of making things on the internet and posting them. And 10 years of never being prepared. Shiny hunt, says Theo. Trying to get a shiny in each zone, before moving to the next. Gotcha. Longest hunt thus far. What's in Zone 16 that you can get? What is available for capture, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. 10 years of Steam, taking me to In-N-Out for a burger patty. Is In-N-Out a good restaurant? I hear people kind of slander it a little bit. It's kind of what I'm used to for it. Trying to think. I don't think I've ever been to an In-N-Out. I might have been to a Five Guys once. I think we might have ordered from them once, but I don't remember if we did. If we did, it was like when I was a teenager or when I was like really young, as a wee little lad. So I wouldn't know. I was having an interesting moment a little bit earlier because I was thinking to myself, I should look back a little bit, see where it all began. And my first ever video on the channel is Terraria. All of the past five, like the first 2 or 3 years of me doing stuff, is all unlisted because a lot of it's very, very young for me. Not that I really hate it or anything. I just I'm not gonna put my wee little self out there anymore. And I started a lot of I had a collab partner when I was that young. Me and one of my best friend who lived across the street. Kick back, play some video games, record it for YouTube, and just generally be kids who didn't understand how the world worked. And that was pretty fun. In Zone 16, Theo says there is Flaffy, Starmie, Barbaracle. I want to say Phalanx, but it's Phalanx probably. Florges, Metacam, Feroki, and Alpha Ampharos. Okay. So you got a fair shake of things you can grab. It's only 8, though. I mean, better than nothing, I guess, right? You're like, hey, I gotta find a shiny out of 3 Pokemon. That would suck. But yeah, 10 years. Um, there is a period in the channel's history where I did not upload. A lot of the time, well, actually, I think one of the first things that happened when I came back uh, is Phalanx Cham. Okay, I'm hoping I pronounced them right. Or Metacham. Let's see here. So I'm looking at my video history, right? The first thing I posted after a long break was, I believe it was on my old Twitch streams, back when we had different layouts and stuff. Way back when I was very starting, just barely starting. So I had my last upload. Holy shit! Hold on. Oh, I had a crazy realization. Um, Damn. I'll talk about that in a second. But my last upload was June 7th, 2018, before I took a break. Then I graduated the next year. And so my last year of high school was no uploads at all. And then I went right into university. So the first four videos, four? Six looks like it actually. The six videos after the 2018 upload um, are from university. Actually, even seven. Holy cow. One of them is an intermediary that I'm not counting because technically I was in high school. But seven videos of me in university was what we had to work with. And then the very first thing that actually exists on the channel still, or it's there but it's unlisted, is April 5th, 2021. So 5 years ago was when I started again. Holy cow! I had a 3 year break. That is insane. Damn. From 2018 to 21 was when I was not uploading content for general consumption. Yeah. Oh, and shit. I think it. Uh. Okay. No, it was. I had an ending of the very first time I played Cyberpunk on the stream, because one of the very first things we ever did was play Cyberpunk way back when. Let me see my video producers here. One of my very first things though is August 5th here on the Twitch side of things. I had an RE8 any% glitchless new game plus in 1 hour 39 minutes and 7 seconds PB. Man. Before that though, we had July 1st, so just a couple months prior, we are playing Resident Evil Village still, and then Halo Infinite came out that year, and I was playing a little bit of the playtest in September 30th. We did Senua Saga. I had some Titanfall 2 way back in 2021. Damn. And of course, one of the other first games we played here on the channel was Haven, which is still one of my favorite games to play here on the channel because it's so cozy. One of my favorite stories of all time. And then I played Halo Anniversary. I played Halo on the anniversary of it, November 18th, 2021. Is that when it released? Halo CE release? November 15th, so I was 3 days late. That's okay. We do our best. We do our best. And then my next clip after that is 2022. Didn't get one for basically an entire year. Didn't get a clip for an entire year, but I was still streaming then. I was doing a lot. A lot of it just didn't exist in clip form, but it does exist in VODs on YouTube actually. Because September, and I have an April one here. April 14th, 2000, or yeah, April 14th, 2022. I was playing Death Stranding, Death at Director's Cut. So shout outs to that, because I still love that game. We still play that on the channel every once in a while because I'm addicted to that. And one of our the very first Breath of the Wild appearance on stream was April 14th, 2022. And I had just gotten, probably a little bit prior, my EVGA capture card, which still sits on my desk right in front of me behind my clock. And then a little bit later that year in May, we played Black Mesa. Holy shit, Black Mesa was 2022. That is almost 4 years ago we played that. Holy shit. Damn. Hi, Fari. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. How you doing, gamer? Looks like that stream was... Did I duplicate that stream? I think I duplicated that stream. It's kind of funny. Oh my god, and I played Iron Lung on stream in 2022. About 13 days later. What the fuck? I'm good. You? I'm very nostalgic right now. I'm reliving 10 years of being a content creator right now. Just crazy. Okay, Theo, if you're listening, I'm kind of curious. Could you ever imagine knowing me without this deep voice that I got? Because I know a lot of people have made comments saying that, oh, one of my favorite things about your channel is your voice and the fact that you have a very, very deep voice. Wasn't the anniversary a while back? So the anniversary of me starting to stream again was in February is when I celebrated that. But actually being a content creator, I've now been creating content on the internet for 10 years. That's what the whole thumbnail, that's what the title's about, is I've been here on YouTube for 10 years. Twitch, I wonder if I've been here. Whereas I've actually been here longer, technically, because I think October is my Twitch account existing. Will be 11 years this October, like October 5th or something like that. And then I started uploading YouTube videos on April 26th, 2016, just 10 years ago today. So, you know, just crazy things. Just crazy things. Thank you for waving to Theo. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know if anybody can really like fathom the idea of not having a deep voice, but I found out that I had a very high pitched voice when I was younger. It's one of those things that you don't pick up on until you see recordings of yourself when you're younger. But very clearly, I have a deeper voice. I have a very deeper voice. But you know what? Let's take a little detour here and let's talk about something you all engage with and see every single stream, and that is the avatar, which didn't actually exist for when I started streaming again. When I started streaming back in 2021, around actually I think it was one of my first streams was in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Late into 2020, I think, when I moved into my new apartment for university. I had one, or it might have been early 2021. I don't remember. It's been a long time since then. But when I first started streaming, I would do just mundane things, and I wouldn't have an avatar. I would play video games, and I would have fun. And I had a great time with that. I did have layouts, I think, and I have very old clips of the old ass layout, which looks garbage. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to do a cyberpunk theme because, let's be honest, y'all, I'm a guy with an inconsistent aesthetic. I love cyberpunk. I love steampunk. I love arcades. I love furries because I'm a furry. I love pixel art. I love voxel art. I love 3D art. I'm crazy. I'm all over the fucking place. Hey, thank you, Far. I appreciate it. You'll get some sleep, gamer. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, let's talk about when my avatar came about. It had to have been sometime between April 2022 and May 2022. Because by May 2022, I was using the avatar. Do I still have the teaser that I posted? No, it's probably on Twitter that I posted it. But I used to have an old video. I wonder if it's on here, actually. Let's see if it's in here. Would it be in here? No. Probably be in my old stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's here. But I used to have my old VTuber announcement video on my hard drive, but now it's on my spare hard drives over there somewhere. Just probably should warm up and plug in so they're still doing good. But yeah, back in I met Darwin back in 2021, shortly after I did. It would have been June 30th, 2021, I believe, is when I met Darwin. Yeah. And Darwin is the lovely one who actually made this art, and the one I still use to this day, that I've been using for 5 years. Um, Eventually, though, we will say we'll put this one up in for posterity's sake. But I'm definitely gonna change off of this one eventually. I love you, Darwin, but I need more states than just talking. So we're upgrading soon probably, and I'm gonna get you involved, Darwin. If you're watching this in the future, hi. First of all, appreciate you. You're the best. But also, I hope you actually did get involved in making the new avatar that I'm making. We'll see. But so this avatar you guys stare at every single day, or that you guys did stare at every single day, probably up until 2023 Halloween or 2022 Halloween. One of this, no, probably. It was probably. It might have been 2022 Halloween. I don't think it was though. Not that I remember. Um, but I think one of the first ever edits I did was, if it's still here, yeah, it was 2023. Okay, so it's 2023. This was one of the first changes I ever did. Steampunk Cheems might have been earlier. I don't remember. But the painter mask is very old and very incongruous to the whole ass avatar because I kind of half-assed the whole Halloween of 2023 just to do something so I could have fun. But it was fun nonetheless. What is this? Is this only 2 states? It's 3 technically with a blink somewhere in between. I don't know how the blink works. Okay, I just did a little tiny shift. Look like I'm freaking out a little bit. But yeah, this was 2023. That was one of the first editions I made. But this was probably earlier, and this is very old art. I don't particularly adhere to this one anymore. I think I made this back in when I used Photoshop to do art, which is several years ago. I think I stopped using Photoshop in must have been. What if it was actually shortly before this? I might have stopped using it. I don't know. Time is a blur that gets away from me at some point in time. But Darwin actually has made a lot of our art here. Of course, my butt cheeks, chief among them, are contributed by Darwin. Thank you for giving me legs. um, I think one of the most ones I'm most proud, excuse me, proud of though is of course the Halo avatar, which now that I look at it, it does not look right when you flip it, but that's okay. It doesn't need to look right for this one. It was not intended to be looked at in this direction. This one, however, is still fucked up. I gotta fix the hair. That's okay though. One of the beauties about what I'm doing now is, uh, it'll just be, it'll just be a 3D avatar, which looks good for most any side, and you don't have to worry about it. So, all that good jazz. But anyways, yeah, this one lives in perpetuity, and it looks really good because it doesn't change angles or anything, which is really nice. But this is foundational. This when we created this back in 21, uh, helped a lot to start us all off here. One of the craziest things too that you guys interact with and probably don't recognize a lot is the neon signs in the background and the whole 3D model of it. When I designed that back in I think 24, when I finished finalizing it in 2024, uh, it was a rapid departure from what I've been doing. I believe I have a couple of videos back here somewhere. Just change pages here. That had an old winter theme, if I'm not mistaken. had to have been late 2023. Oh, I finished it in June 2024. Excuse me. Yeah, the project for the barcade finished up in June. Do I have this one? Showcase? You know what? Let's show this off here. Why not? Okay, so shoutouts to royalty-free music here. Let's show this off for fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a little cut off here, but I don't really care. Stopped in to say happy anniversary. Thank you, Papa's Chase. Appreciate it. This is back in 2024, and this is what you see behind me looks like in 3D in Blender, without any like shading and coloring and stuff. And this is what it does when it's not properly shaded in cycles, which is what I use to do all my lighting as best I can. And so the room we were just in for the just chatting room, those little lights in the top corner of the building are what illuminate that. And this is the final lighting. And so when if I pause it here, hold on. I pause it and we look behind it. Over behind my head here on the right of your screen, there is the windows that look outside. And since I didn't want to have to build a whole environment, I just found some nice clip art, or not clip art, but royalty-free art. I don't actually know who made that art piece anymore. I wonder if I listed it. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's okay. Regardless, I put that out there so that, like, it looks like there's stuff out there, which is really fun and nice. And then everything else is rendered to be very purpley and cloud sky like, cloudbox like, or skybox like. And so that front of the arcade is rendered in, and is what you see during the starting animations and stuff. And as you can see, all those lights are showing off and stuff, and all that goodness is there. When we come through the door, I pass through the object. I don't know why I did it like that, but I did. So this was a lot of fun. Doing every single one of those arcades was great. I love doing that. That was so much fun. Those are some of my works in progress for the different soda machines and the DDR pad, and of course, the starting animations of our different stuff. It was a lot of fun. Putting this all together was really hard. I had to use a very basic editing program, and I was not used to it. Not as much as I am now, which is really fun. So that's the BRB render. That's in the top left, and is what plays during when I go to break and stuff. We have our shutting down render, which plays during our raid out stuff. And of course, our scene transitions. So anytime I change between, uh, usually when I'm playing games and when I go to BRB or just chatting or raiding and stuff, you see the brick overlay go off, and it's a lot of fun. And the other one is the one of the text flares that I have on the front screen. And this is actually one of the first ones. And like I put there in the text, this arcade lives in the final ending screen and is one of the first projects I ever did in Blender. I'm probably gonna go back and revisit it just for the sun, because the sun animates in a really weird way. And of course, I'm doing so many different crazy ideas that this line here is doesn't really apply anymore. But hey, if you want to support me, guys, there it is. Come to Twitch, come to YouTube, go to ko-fi.com/steampunkfiend. Throw me some money if you want. It goes to buying new games and new projects or new abilities to make this whole setup even better. But yeah, that was 2024, June 5th. And was a long ass time ago. It wasn't really, but it feels crazy that it's only been 2 years we've had this the barcade existing. It was a lot of fun doing that. It was so much fun. And basically after that, I actually started playing Warframe after that. One of the highlights of 2024, of course, was my daily Valhalla playthrough, where for the first time I did so much work on video editing and learning how to video edit and doing it every single day where I recorded a video. That was tough for how many episodes is this? 19 or something? 24 episodes. For 24 episodes. That one ran. So basically a whole last month, which is crazy. That was so much fun. That was a lot of work. But to do that every single day, open up uh, my computer, sit down, record a video, edit it that same day, pump in all the audio, get it all working, do the graphics, get it all together. It was so much fun. And I think back on those days fondly, and I use them to inform how I video edit today, albeit I'm trying new things, of course. Uh, Speaking of, I need to record another series soon. I'm probably going to record another series and get it uploaded here soon. But I might put it off until I finish another project or start another project and get it really rolling in a project. I don't know. But hey, anyways, that's one of my favorite projects I've ever done on the channel, doing VA11 Hall A. Good series. And then I should look at these here. It doesn't tell me anything. I wish it told me when this was uploaded. I have some older clips, looks like it, from back when I was in 2021, I think. And there were good times when I didn't have a VTuber avatar, and I just used my face. Could you guys believe I was a flesh tuber once? Crazy how that works. Oh, but this is one of my old friends. Oh man, I miss this person. I miss that person. They aren't online anymore, from what I know. I wish I could find them again, say hello, and wish them well, because they were really cool. Then back in 2022, damn, that was 2022, at least. That was 2021. So this is probably before I did that. Did I do that then? I don't remember if I had. I don't know, man. I wish I could go check this. There's so much I've done. Like all fades away and stuff, right? I don't upload a lot of videos, but damn, do I go live a lot. I'm thinking. I'm having a moment. I'm a little quiet because I'm reminiscing a lot. For context, I have 231. Is it 231? I have 213 total videos on my channel, but in terms of live streams, I have 332. So I've already well eclipsed that. And these are not from when I upload them to Twitch. So let's see here. Since these in 30 increments, they are. Whoops. Let's see. When did I start streaming on YouTube again? Let's see. Streamed all of Final Fantasy VI on YouTube. Streamed a lot of Warframe and Ina's Barbecue. We streamed all of Deus Ex on YouTube. Holy shit. Wow. That's crazy. Oh man. We had all of Thankmas 2024. Was great. Can't wait to do that again, hopefully this year. A lot of Signalis, because I love playing that game so much. Snatcher, Breath of the Wild we streamed here on YouTube. Holy cow. Oh man. Man, we had Backlog Buster, which was a lot of fun. Where I played a lot of games that were in my backlog. That was so much fun. We need to revisit that series again. We had Zelda month. That was a good month. I was going for 8-hour, 9-hour streams then. Oh my god, how did I do it? I still do that these days. I still love them. 8 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours, 7 hours and a half. Oh my god. Some of these days I just woke up and I had nothing better to do than just stream, and I just streamed. Oh my god, our first Aurelia stream was June 28th of 2024. I played all of Cave Story. That's the 2064. What a good game. April 29th, Helldivers 2 is when I played. I think that was one of my first ever Helldivers times. How weak was I when I was playing this back then? Let's see. I was level 52. Okay, so I'd been playing for a while, since April. Okay. Probably since like March or um February. I'd probably played. Damn, man. Okay, the first ever YouTube stream we had was in 2023, testing out YouTube streams. And I was using Restream back then, which is a terrible program. Hated that program with a lot passion. But hey, then we had several testing streams, and then 2023 Thankmas was awesome. We played, how many days was that? So many, dude. Lord Williams just wanted to say wanted to pop in and say congrats on a decade. Thank you, Lord Williams. Appreciate it. You are in Stardew, by the way. You and Lady Williams are in Stardew. You guys have been pet, and you have produced 2 eggs each. You're welcome for that knowledge that is utterly useless outside of video games. Oh, man. I streamed for 8 hours on my birthday. 2024. Played some speedruns. Tried doing a lore let's play, which did not work. I'm actually probably going to unlist that one. Lol. I need to go back and make another lore Minecraft series, because those hurt my voice and they were tough to do. They didn't work out though I wanted them to, unfortunately. Ooh. The first time I tried to play Helldivers 2 was February 17th, 2024, but it did not go well. We played Helldivers 1, looks like it instead. So I was playing that game like, oh my god, a week after launch? Holy cow. I've been diving since the start. What the fuck? Oh my god. Holy cow. Man. How long have I been streaming? 37 minutes? It does not feel like 37 minutes. I feel like I'm talking here for an hour. I might play some video games here. I might play like a little bit of Helldivers 1 for y'all. Or something. I don't really know. I didn't have a lot of planned today, honestly, and I just wanted to sit down and say hello to you all for a little bit. So who knows? Maybe I'll just call it there. You know what? Can I do this without exploding my computer? I think I can. I'm going to show off what's next for the channel, y'all. This is one of the final things we do. So, fun fact too, by the way, y'all. Let me show off what I did for the fucking thumbnail today, which is so garbage, but I wanted to. I found some joy in it, regardless. So I think it's kind of fun. Let's do this here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know 3D modeling, welcome to Blender. Jump scare of things that look scary. So this was what I intended to have. This is what I made for the thumbnail. Let me pull up this so it's a little bit easier to render here. Please don't die. Cool. So this is what you see in the thumbnail, and this is what you see behind it. And holy cow, it's very bad. I'm not gonna lie, but it takes things I'm learning now here very recently and applies them in different ways, which I think is fun. And I had like little practices and stuff and had fun doing it. Very clearly, it's rough and looks weird, especially from a unfinal render lighting scenario. But it's goofy, right? And this is what he looked like. This is what it looks like, everything unshaded and stuff. Don't worry about the very obvious vertices clipping around through each other. That is due to one of my modifiers that I have called shrink wrap to build it out and stuff. So that's one of the things I did. But one of the cool things we're actually doing is this. While nothing here is lewd, I do have my reference here without a shirt on. So I'm going to hide this, as a matter of fact. So this is something I've been working on here in the background. This is going to be our new model. Very rough. The head's kind of where I want it to be. Getting hair done and ears done is going to be tough, but we'll make it work. I will figure out a way to make it work. I got to do non-traditional ears, which is terrifying. I'm excited for it, but it's going to be rough. You can see all the fucking vertices on my head too, which is great. And then I'll also show what I've been working on in terms of actually learning how to 3D model characters. So this is a random character based on a tutorial from... Is this Tuel? I think is their name. Tuel? Pool. Man, couldn't have been more wrong. This is by Pool. Poole on YouTube. They got a really cute, almost like a chess avatar is kind of how I look at it. And they have been helping me create stuff like this, which has been fantastic. So if I render this guy, he all of a sudden becomes very bright. Oops. Here, let me do this. This is better. So you can see the very minute cell shading I got on him. I need to figure out a way to denoise my rendering passes because it's kind of annoying. Can I actually just flip that on? Maybe? Doesn't matter. What about shirtless Steam? Well, I have, I don't know what I want to say here. Can't believe I entered the stream on whitewashing a character. Welcome in, group. Thank you for putting words in my mouth. I appreciate it. But yeah, now he is very bright. He is brighter than the sun, my little guy. But yeah, so I am modeling myself. I will be naked until I put clothes on myself later. But this is the character I worked on and stuff. Fun fact, his modeling his fucking hair, or their fucking hair, I don't know what gender this person is really. This hair was straight ass to model. I did not like modeling this. This was terrible. I need to find a better way to do my own hair, because getting some of these, it looks fine when it's rendered, right? Like it all just like disappears into the, I guess kind of here is bad. But it all disappears, right? Relatively. But it does not look like what the finished tutorial model is like, and that's very fair. But holy hell, this hair, hate it. Never want to do that again, if I can. Add a literal third leg to you put on clothes. Okay, fun story about that, group. For the past year, I've been working on a comic series. I've done issues every single day for nearly 365 days now. We are in the last week or 2 weeks. My daughter wants to know what program I'm using. I feel like I almost said pregnant there, which is kind of weird. I don't know why that Freudian slip happened. I wanted to say that, though. It was funny. Regardless, this is Blender. Welcome to Blender. If anybody uses Maya, I am so sorry. I had to use Maya as a university student. I don't know how I survived. Blender is just fun. I really like using Blender a lot. And I have customized it very much to my liking. So I got things like shading I can do. It's a lot of fun. My modeling is basically just my layout tab. I UV edit here occasionally. Pay no attention to this. It's gross looking. And it will be until I figure it out later. But if anybody wants to get into 3D modeling, please do. It's so much fun. Learn a tutorial. Look, I wish I had do I have it here on hand that I can pull it up? 1 second. I'm going to try and find a good tutorial playlist. My daughter says she sucks at Blender. And then you say, but I think so cool. And I don't know what you mean by that. But sucking at Blender is the first step to being good at Blender. Trust me. I was not very good at Blender when I started. But I learned. And I had a lot of fun. Can I find the tutorial here? I know it's somewhere around here. I don't think I deleted it. Is it in here? Why is it showing me that one? Apparently I clicked on the wrong thing. Yippee. That one. I don't think, is it this person that did it? No, it's not that person. Hold on. I'm trying to find this one tutorial. Yeah, here it is. Look up here. I'll put this in YouTube chat or in Twitch chat. Look up Grant Abbott on YouTube. I recommended this to everybody when I was starting because it really helped. Let me actually edit that here. If you put that into YouTube, hopefully it'll show you the person you need to. Look up Blender, learn Blender 3 for complete beginners. This is, of course, an older version of Blender. We are on Blender 5.0 now. But if you need to like just get started on the very grassroots, go to either Grant Abbott or look up Pool. And Pool has a kind of like a very starry, almost chess-looking pawn avatar. I am a personal believer that the donut tutorial is straight garbage. Start modeling something you want to actually model. Like, start modeling characters, start modeling a world. Don't model a donut, because a donut's not going to help you unless you're like making a donut shop or a bakery shop or something like that. It just does not help. It doesn't make sense to start with a donut. I don't understand why people do. I started with a monkey, like the Blender default monkey, and a basic scene using like different toroids and other cubes and stuff. I don't think a donut's a good way to start, in my opinion. Hot take, but it's fun. I love Blender. You will definitely suck when you start it. I sucked when I started it. A lot of the stuff you see behind me right now was like first and second projects, but I put a lot of work and I put a lot of learning and like looking up tutorials and stuff and just putting my nose to the grindstone. I promise, if you want to learn Blender and you want to be like have like some 3D modeling skills, you can do it. It's just a little daunting, and it's okay. What if I want to model a donut? Well, group, I will take you and I will lightly shake you, like I'm preparing oat milk, because that's the only thing I shake normally. Tell me you said I did the donut tutorial, but I need to pick 3D modeling back up. Find easy tutorials. Don't start with a donut, in my opinion. This took a lot of work. This was back in 2024. My skills have since deteriorated in regular modeling, but I love modeling. It's so much fun. A lot of this is squares and stuff, and going in and like not knowing how to do stuff. But the Grant Abbott tutorial, Learn Blender 3 for complete beginners, helped me so much, taught me so many cool things, and then I started building on top of that. And then Pool has become very invaluable for making the 3D modeling character I'm making right now. All of what you see here, while not perfect and not representative of like the tutorial model, because I took some liberties and it's also like I'm not perfect. I haven't had years and years of practice. Is what you can do with like 10 hours of practice in regular Blender and then like moving to character modeling and having like a decent grasp of what you're doing. As long as you can understand like the buttons you're hitting, what you're doing in like terms of 3D space and stuff, I think you can handle Blender just fine. Blender is not a scary program. It doesn't have to be, I should say. And I think it's great for like having something that's open source and not industry specific for like 3D modeling or video game production, such as Maya or Autodesk products. So I love Blender. I love Blender. I love Blender. But yeah, I think I can still show this here. I just have to hide some stuff again. So for context, like this is what a lot of your stuff's going to start looking out as, just because you don't have the time to put in loops, right? Like this is where you start from. You start from boxes and you go from there. You start from tubes and you go from there. You start from weird polygons and you go from there. It is just a process of taking things and sculpting them and molding them and learning how to mold those things over time. And it's a lot of fun. I love Blender. I love Blender. All right, I'm gonna quit. I don't need to save that. Let's reminisce a little more, chat. I'll probably go until an hour and then I'll stop. Um, Blender's how I started to learn video editing, actually, as a matter of fact. Blender has a great source for video compositing. It's not entirely robust, but you can learn things, right? You can start to pick up things and you can take that to another program and start to extrapolate your knowledge to something that's a little more robust, which is fun. And I had a great time with that. I've realized that I think I love learning, but I love learning by just throwing myself at random bullshit and being like, hey, I can learn this. Let me go find a tutorial and let me just try. And I love learning like that. It's so much fun. Um, that's kind of how I found some of the things I loved most when I was in high school and university, was just by doing random shit and figuring out if I liked it or not. I don't like it in like institutions, right? Like if I don't like doing it in school necessarily, and I don't like doing it in universities, because I did not like drawing when I was in university in a game design program, and I had to draw for the program. Uh, but I learned to love drawing after that, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually so much fun. I'm so glad I actually had foundational knowledge, or like I started trying when I was in university, and that was when I was learning to draw like that. I was just about to start streaming again because I realized, holy shit, I hate university in the way that I feel like I'm depressed. um, but I loved learning, and I love taking that foundational knowledge that I've always had for learning and like doing weird stuff and accruing weird random like trivia knowledge and applying it to things. So Papa's J says, yes, me too. I like learning. I learned a lot over my daughter's question. Hell yes. And I have found that I love it when people ask questions and are willing to learn, because it's so much fun to be like, hey, this is really cool. I love it when people show interest. I love it when people show interest. Like, not even just asking questions, like just saying like you like something and are like, hey, that's really cool. Thank you for showing me that. Do that more, people. Do that more. You can't see me, but I'm pointing at my screen. I'm pointing at OBS. Do that more, people. Do that. Do that to people you love, to people who show interesting things, and learn things about the world, because it's so much fun. Have a desire to always go do something better or do something more different than what you're doing right now, because it's fun. It's fun. I love it. I get very passionate about talking about learning because I started streaming. I started content creation 10 years ago, April 26, 2016, when my first uploaded video, just because I wanted to do something and I wanted to try video editing and I wanted to play video games and I wanted to do something like that. Because I saw my favorite streamers doing it and my favorite content creators doing it. Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie were foundational for me in that regard. They would be like, hey, oh, this random person sitting in the room doing something random can do something cool. Is fun, it's exciting, and it's how the world goes round. If you have the good intents that as best you can, or if you have good intents as best you can, and you take that and you go do something cool, you can do awesome things, I think. So yeah. I love doing stuff. I love doing stuff. But yeah, I'm so excited. Jacksepticeye was and kind of still is my idol. Hell yeah. I'm glad telling me. I love him. I don't watch him as much anymore. Um, but he was foundational in getting me started in doing charity streams. So I think that's a perfect segue into things like we're doing for the rest of the year. So we have our Final Fantasy VII series going on, which has been fantastic. Thank you guys for supporting that so much. We have our Stardew Valley Forever World going on, which of course will be on and off as best I can. I'll probably start rotating other things into its place as we continue onwards, because it can't be a mainstay on the channel, because I have to rotate it out to be a Forever World, I think. But later in the future, I want to do a charity stream in July during Art Fight. I want to make Art Fight a charity thing for us. So I'm going to, let me actually shut this out for you all. Bring up the Tiltify page here. So I think it's a little cut off here because of the way I have OBS set up, but I was looking at Tiltify's page, and I think this is a really good cause to support. This is called Rainbow Railroad. And it says, we help LGBTQI plus people around the world who are facing extreme violence and state-sponsored persecution find a path to freedom. And I think now with the current legislation that we have, it is now just as important to support charities. And in particular, I think we're going to support this one. Haven't really fully like hopped into like looking into the research and stuff for that, but I want to support my bisexual, my gays, my lesbians, my trans people, my queer in general, my intersex watchers and stuff, and I want to support them through this trying time because I know that I, as a minority in things like my race and my gender identity and preference, is just as equally under fire that they are. So I want to support the people. So that's coming in July. And then, of course, if we can, this year, I would like to do Thinkmas again. I like to do it as part of the whole Jacksepticeye thing, where he puts on his whole end of the year celebration of charities and stuff. So I'm hoping he puts that on, but if not, I will find a way to do a charity stream at the end of the year. And we'll have a good time with that. So it'll be good. That's kind of like some of the stuff that's coming. I know Cyberpunk is coming because I'm excited to put that on as a series. And I think I have just enough money to put Death Stranding on as a series. It remains to see. I haven't actually moved the money to my account, and I'm doing money-related stuff, so I gotta make sure I have everything I need. But I have series I want to do, and I want to do stuff in the world. That I have cool new projects like leveling up our avatar here to 3D in the future, and it's exciting. So I can't wait to do that with y'all. It's gonna be cool. Thank you, Papa's Chase. Enjoy Stardew. Thank you for the question. Thank you to your daughter for your question. I always love hearing about people learning. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about what it's been like here for 10 years, I have a little bit more I'll probably cover to fill out the hour, but if you have questions now, I'll answer them as we go. I think one of my favorite things that I wanted to talk about, though, was if any of you have been on Twitch for the last 5 years and have been consistently on Twitch for that last 5 years, you may know that the landscape of streaming has changed rather dramatically over that time period. Twitch used to be a very monogamous, I think is the word I'm looking for. Like, you had to be exclusively on Twitch in order to stream, or you had to be exclusively on YouTube in order to stream. You basically took contracts. You weren't allowed to go to other streams. But one of the biggest thing is, hey, to the people who are on YouTube, hello, group, Faray, Lord Williams, Lady Williams, all the visitors, Crow. I know we see Crow a lot too. Everybody that's over on YouTube, we see you guys, and it's thanks to the openness and the relaxing of regulations on Twitch that has allowed us to expand our horizons into the YouTube platform, which has been fantastic. Twitch had an old feature back in the day called hosting, which is what you used to do when you rated out. You would host somebody and you would raid into them so that you could host them on your channel. So if somebody came to your channel during your off period, you had something to offer them in terms of content. You're like, hey, this person's cool. We just finished up. Hey, go watch them instead. You had a way to click in, which is really nice. I miss hosting still. I will always probably miss hosting, but rating and the favorited channel still works rather decently. Group says Twitch used to be crazy with the exclusivity rules, and they were up until about a couple months ago, because now they relaxed the chat restrictions, which is nice. They're still a little bit funky with that, but they're pretty good now, which is nice. Twitch has since broadened into Stream Together, which is really interesting. It wasn't something I was really excited to use when it first came out, because it's just clunky. It still is rather clunky. I don't like using it for that reason. There's like ins and outs of it that just don't make sense, but realistically, the fun stuff about combining chats and collaborating with other people and making it easier is really nice. I will say one of the things that allows you to do by inviting audience members onto the stream is weird, and I think a very dangerous thing, because it encourages a level of openness that can be sometimes dangerous. Because I look at that and I'm like, great, how am I going to be held liable for bad actors coming on and saying really dumb shit on my stream? But yeah, Stream Together is pretty good. YouTube has been interesting. Live streaming has been steadily growing in the past 10 years. It used to be very clunky with how you had to do it on YouTube, but they've been steadily getting better over time, getting new things involved and making it exciting for newcomers to the space, which is awesome. It's still not where it could be. I think opening it up for emotes sooner would be nice, but they tie that in with memberships, which means you have to wait to be a monetizable platform on YouTube, unfortunately. But they're doing their best. They're making it better and better as time goes on. Who grabs list of YouTube no words before coming on? Exactly, group. That is another problem. I can only imagine how bad it was in the times when moderation was weirder and clunkier. But hey, YouTube has brought things on like super chats and memberships online, so it has been never been easier to monetize your YouTube as long as you have a certain amount of following, and that has been in line with how Twitch has done it for a long time, which is very nice. And it's things like that that do give me hope for the streaming landscape as a whole. It is sometimes very clunky. Sometimes it doesn't always work right, but we try our best. We keep moving on. We have fun making content. We find ways to diversify to make sure we are resisting by staying alive and communicating with others. And it's a great journey, all that road. Doesn't YouTube also take a much lower cut than Twitch? Probably, because they can make a lot more in AdSense, I bet. But I think the caveat to that is YouTube memberships are pushed so incredibly heavily that it's just fucking annoying. I cannot tell you how many countless goddamn times I go to my YouTube feed and I see YouTube membership live streams, YouTube membership videos, YouTube membership posts. It's obnoxious in that regard, but hey, at least people are getting more money. So you know what? There's a silver lining to everything, right? There's a negative side to everything. It's important to not get blindsided by all the negativity going on in the world, and I think that's never true more than now, as we see.
If you're a noob.
What? And BXR. Thank you for that, Aurelia. I appreciate it. It's never more important to be positive and trying to find the positive things in the world. Because it kind of sucks out there sometimes. It really does. But we do our best. We fend on. We fight for things the best we can that we think are right. We have fun doing it. Thank you for 10 years, Aurelia. 34 months you've subscribed. That is, holy cow. That is almost 3 years you've been subscribed. That's crazy, girl. Thank you for that. That is, that'll be, right now that is $170 you put in my pocket, roughly. Probably about half of that, considering Twitch takes a good cut. But $170 towards my ventures here on Twitch, which I appreciate. That has been a lot. It's crazy. But yeah, that's been an hour. So I think we're going to call it there. A final reminder, guys, that, holy cow, my voice was very, very high-pitched when I was young. So, you know what? Silver lining to getting older, I sound cooler. All right, I love you guys. I'll be back on Tuesday for some Final Fantasy VII, of course, where we continue with our wonderful journey. I think I'm going to take you guys into some relaxation. Delphinium right now is is drawing some art. Saturday Where I Draw and Finish Things is their title. We're going to go have some fun over there, all right? Let me make sure the ads don't roll as I'm doing this. And we'll have a great time. Alrighty, y'all. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming along on the journey, whether you've been here for a year, 10 years, 3 years. Anything like that is crazy. I appreciate your support. It has meant the world to me to be able to start to do things that make me feel happier and allow me to have a creative outlet and freedom that I have never had before. So thank you for that, guys. You guys give me ideas and challenges and opportunities to do things that are really cool. So let's look forward to doing more crazy stuff, maybe until the next 10 years. Appreciate you, Neil. Good to have you here. All right, let's go say hello to Delphi. As I said, she's doing art. Let me do that there. Ooh, her cat's getting a treat. If you guys like cats, say hello to Chibigon and potentially give Chibigon a treat. 10 years in a flash will be our raid message today, y'all. You don't even need to be following, or you don't even need to be following. You just need to have a PogChamp ability to type in Twitch chat, and we're gonna go say hello over there. All right, y'all. For YouTube, I will try and get a Chibi Gon treat in. For you guys, I love you all. Platonically, of course. Have fun on your Sundays, guys. I will see you guys on Tuesday. And normal schedule will return starting Tuesday. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll see you guys then. Until then, stay safe and enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your weekends. It means the world to me, you guys. You always come back and support. And until next time, it's never goodbye. Just see you all later.